Okay, so the movie I saw after Pan was The Martian, and it was a frickin' breath of fresh air. Oh my god, I love this film. Okay, if you don't know anything about The Martian, then what planet have you been living on? But I'll say the plot anyway. The plot of Martian is that there's this mission on Mars and suddenly a storm picks up and they have to escape Mars. Well, one astronaut gets left behind. That astronaut played by Matt Damon. The team thinks he died because he got blown away in the storm, got hit by debris, and so they leave him. Unknown to them and the rest of the world, Matt Damon is still alive and he's still on Mars. And so now we have a castaway situation, just overly more dramatic. Because let's face it, he's on frickin' Mars. It's a lot further away than on a stranded island on Earth. It's gonna take at least 4 years for them to send a mission and go and pick him up. And now he only has so many supplies, so he's got to science the shit out of it and figure out a way to keep alive and try to get in contact with NASA. Damn it, I loved this movie, and it is easily one of my favorite movies of this year. I have 5 movies that I absolutely love that are like the top of the top, even though I've given about 8 or 7 movies 5 stars. Like, Sicario is great. A Most Violent Year, it was released in January, so it counts. Mad Max Fury Road, Ex Machina, and now The Martian. I think those are some pretty good top contenders. Now let's face it, with the situation that this poor lone astronaut is in, this could have gone really dark and really depressing and kept it there in that tone throughout the whole movie. I think Castaway tries to do that a little bit more dramatically. It is more intense and it's a little more depressing. But The Martian, this guy, he tries to cheer himself up and tries to look at the brighter side. And so there's a pretty damn good humorous tone throughout the movie. But even though it is very funny and there's a lot of humor and great humor in this movie, it never takes away from the suspense and the real situations that he gets in. This was still an intense movie. It was full of situations where, oh my god, how the hell is he gonna get out of that? How is he gonna keep surviving? And I have to tell you, the end of the movie, I was on the edge of my seat and I was gripping the chairs. I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Like, I had no idea how it was gonna end and I didn't know how they were gonna possibly get away, and it was really damn epic. Matt Damon kills it in this movie. He's the heart and soul of the movie. He keeps the humor, he keeps the intensity. He's what makes this movie so really damn good and entertaining. He makes science and learning really fun. Now, when it came to certain subjects in school, science was one of my favorite subjects. I always found science really fascinating, even some of the science that other people don't think are that fascinating. And so really, this movie made me geek out a little bit. I love space, astronauts. A lot of the things in this movie were really cool and interesting and felt smart, but never felt like I was going to be lost throughout the entire movie. Everyone else is great in their roles as well. There's a lot of top-notch acting in this movie. Jessica Chastain, Jeff Daniels, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Michael Pena, Kate Mara, Kristen Wiig. Everyone was really great in this movie. Now maybe I'm over-exaggerating this because I had just seen Pan before this, but the visuals are astounding. Every time it was on Mars, I felt like I was on Mars. It felt like it blended well with the live action and the green screen and the CGI. It all blended in nicely. Now there's some moments when they're in space where it doesn't blend as well, but overall it was still kind of better than what Gravity sometimes looked like. And it was still way better than Pan. There's amazing, great inspirational messages throughout this movie. Messages like never give up, never let a bad situation defeat you, and then the great but maybe overly optimistic message of how the world can come together to save one other human being. And please trust me, if you've seen the really long trailer for this movie, you have not seen the whole movie. There's a lot in this movie that I didn't know going into it, and so I was so surprised throughout the movie. I really don't want to say too much about this film because I want you guys to experience it for yourself. I want you to see this movie because it is epic. It is great. In all honesty, there are two movies fighting for first place right now, and it's really hard for me to choose one over the other. That is Mad Max Fury Road and The Martian. These two are easily the best films I've seen so far this year, and it's really hard to choose one over the other. So I think you know what this means. The Martian gets 5 stars. It is a great movie, one of my favorite movies this year, one of the most fun times I've had in a movie theater this year. It is a great movie, one of Ridley Scott's best, so please go and see it. So have you seen The Martian? What did you think about it? Go ahead and comment. If you haven't seen The Martian, what is your favorite Ridley Scott movie? Let's go with Ridley Scott today. You know what? I might have a countdown for Ridley Scott later on this week. As always, this is Bruce Gifford, and this was Just My Opinion.